Okay, I've been 3D modelling my cutting table. It's basically automatic. The idea is that I can cut my magnets down at a very slow speed without generating too much heat, and I use magnets. There's the magnet which I'm cutting, which is in here, and that's going to be repelled by a magnet in this slot here, pushing that forward. And there'll also be magnets in the ends of these little sections here, and this magnet will be attracting this block, and this magnet in this end will be repelling this block, right? And there's actually little magnets going to be in there. Now the actual thing is right here. I've printed it. So this sits on a flat bed. So I've got to lay it flat because it's meant to be on the, you can see the workpiece is held in place, and the magnets, when I put them in, will deflect this, push it forward just a little bit, just to keep it up against the cutting disc with the cutting wheel. And so I haven't got the other bed on here yet, but here's my cutting table. Basically, obviously the magnet itself is going to want to stick to this cutting wheel. Ironically, it wants to attract to this diamond cutting wheel, but once it's on there, it will be deflected into the cutting wheel until it passes all the way through and cuts off 2mm on the other side. So that's generally what I'm doing with this idea. So as you can see, I have an insertion point because the workpiece has to be inserted, which is, I just push the magnet out of there when it's done. It's actually kind of hard to push it in and out, but it needs to be tight. I'd need to use my pliers to squeeze that out, but I've got some little magnets that are going to go in, some tiny little magnets are going to go to these slots at each end. I've got to clean these slots out a bit more. And these are the little things which will be going in there. Right, okay, so, and then the insertion slot is just at the back there, so I just push it in. It drops into that slot at the bottom. I've got some cleaning up to do on this actually. That stuff's going to get in the way. So it goes into the bottom, it sits flat on the bed, that keeps it square, and it slides along. And it slides along as it's been cut. So that is how it works. But yeah, I've got a bit of cleaning up on this to do yet, because you can't pull it out. Once it gets past that point there, you can't lift it out. So you need that point to be able to insert it in. If you get what I mean. And the cutter will be at some point, it will start cutting around about here somewhere. I'll have to line this up anyway. Ideally I want to set it offset a little bit further back so that it starts to cut around there so that it can't go up and down. Because the cutter, I'm not sure if I want to be cutting it with it. I think I'm going to be cutting it with the cutting wheel going down towards this end. I'm not sure yet, but we've got enough movement on there. Because the wheel basically only needs to go through about halfway, so there's enough movement. Well, the full width of that anyway. So anyway. So yeah, I thought I'd just film that little bit. I'll upload it onto YouTube at some point. Note to self. Anyway, it has to be on a flat surface. That's where I've got the next piece done now, and it can't push back because it's pushing up against that lip there. And it can't move forwards. It can really only move in these two directions. And yeah, I'm getting caught up on this tape underneath here. It runs very well actually. I have a little bit of filing to do on that. If I can find my file among this lot. I didn't like the way this came out on top. It had a flipping raft on it. I didn't want a raft on. Anyway, it's not bad. It's better than the others I did. It was a bit. I didn't have the temperature high enough by the looks of it. So I'm going to have to use some of my liquid acetone to meld it a bit. Speaking of which, I better do that now because I'll forget. I just want to get this solid. Oop! Flipping thing, squirting everywhere. I don't know how the end gets blocked up on this because there's no maybe a slurry in there. I certainly hope that didn't go on the camera, on the lens or anything. That would not be good. Yeah, I need to solidify this surface because it's not great. I think the temperature is just a little low. Speaking of which, I want to put the heated bed back on for a bit. So I want to put this on there to dry it. I want my runner surfaces very, very smooth. That's why I'm using this stuff. Just gloss it over. Right, I'll stick that on the heated bed to dry.